798. Well, whatever, you know. I have a nearly 2-year-old child, so sometimes my counting gets affected by her counting, and we end up with a little cross-countination. You got number one rule of this game, you got to take super auto when you see it. Super auto pencils, I think, is as good as it gets. But that, you know what? Does she know any jokes? Great question. She knows, she doesn't really have great jokes right now. But she started telling like pseudo knock-knock jokes. So she'll say knock-knock, and I say, who's there? And then she says, it's me. And then she laughs. And I'm like, you know what? Not only did she get me, but she's right. It is her. I just imagine in her head, she doesn't really get knock-knock jokes, and she's like, how does he not know it's me? Okay, so first off, I want to prioritize winning this round. So let's try this, and then we're going to freeze the whole shop. I don't care for tier 2s as is, except for maybe the bat. Then we're going to level up a ladybug, get a tier 3. Maybe it's a dog, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a giraffe, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a snail, and I'll cry myself to sleep on my huge pillow. Okay, there's an easy 2. Then, buy me. That's good enough. You get sold. That takes us to 6 gold. I really don't want to buff a cockroach, but it's either that or like a, well, I don't know. You know, you could just buff your tropical fish now that I think about it. And you know you're going to want your ladybug to be up at the front here. I'm not really pressed on who gets the extra HP here. I don't think that's relevant. This seems more relevant to me. Looks like Ryan was a banger. That's true. That was an original. She uses that a lot. In fact, she's on like the next level now. What she does now is she'll say the Peppa Pig theme song like out loud. She'll go, I'm Peppa Pig. This, my brother George. This, Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig. So this is without even watching the show. This is just now she just recites the intro. And after she says, looks like Daddy Pig, she says, looks like Ryan. So she actually sets him up and she knocks him down. We should have croissanted you, in my opinion. But let's give ourselves that option. You're going to level. You might be around for a minute. Take one of these. It's basically like buying a cookie for you. So I think I accept that. And you know what? For now, why don't you just get meat pilled? I mean, a team with 3 meats. I could see a draw. It's pretty hard to imagine a loss on round 4 with these stats and 3 pieces of equipment. And also shuffling their Emperor Tamarin around for no frickin' reason. That was a strong team, man. And we still came through. We definitely level. You know what? Obviously, this guarantees we'll never see another cockroach or ladybug. But so be it. It's better than the seahorse right now. We're only 4 rounds away from chocolate showing up. Copium, copium. The team is good. The team, it's got space. We can weather the storm for a little bit here. Come on, man. Like, none of this is good enough. We know that. This, I think it's actually a good time. Are we going all in on the bison? I think we're going all in. So let's buy some foods that would also buff our ladybug a little bit. I would buy some salad here in a heartbeat. It not hitting both ladybugs is a gift. I would freeze a cookie for the next round. It's a bit of a slap in the face, quite frankly. I mean, there's a lot of units that would really hit the spot right now. That's why we're taking as many rolls as we're taking. But we're still, like, this is, we have some great space. We got some great capacity because we got 0 HP down right now. A ladybug. You shouldn't have. Thank you so much. You go here for now. I'm buffing you. I'm rolling. Ladybug. 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 No ladybug. No ladybug. That's okay. We say that's okay. I'm rolling. Nothing. Something. Very important. Okay, so our bison... Our bison's popping off a little later than we would have liked. But it is only round 7 anyway. This doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look that bad. Okay, we're gonna lose our first round, but that's good. It's a good timing. Very important timing to finally get the ladybug. And now maybe we can fit that giraffe more easily. There's our level 3. A lion actually fits fantastically right out of the box. And why don't you take some extra HP as well? I would say you stick with the cockroach right now. Just because it's got beautiful stats. You know, you gotta be okay here. Streamer Y? What's the problem? You could have had 2 levels? Yeah, that's true. Does that really warrant caps lock and question marks? This is the era we live in. Somebody made a very reasonable mistake. Hit him with the full caps lock treatment. Like, that's a little bit disingenuous to me. Were you really that stunned by it? Yes, because you make it every time? So you're surprised by things you see all the time? And then it's somehow that's my problem. When your alarm goes off and it's set at 7:15 a.m. every day, when you look at the clock and it says 7:15, you're like, what? You walk into the Subway Sandwich Corporation run by Doctors Associates. You guys sell what here? You look in the mirror, realizing you're not a child anymore, and you go, my hairline's doing what? It's going like, I thought that was just... No, it's just naturally always been. I've always had kind of like a widow's peak. Ever since I was a child, I had Bela Lugosi's hairline. No, my hair's just always been naturally fine. Too real? Too real? I'm thinking, okay? Both of you need to go. We need to scale faster. That's a given. The lion gets there faster. You're in 812. You're in 8-6. That gives us a small amount of HP. I would say you go first. You scale. I would say you can't run a lionfish because we have a lion. That's an easy way to remember that. I would say try something like this. Yeah? You do some work, potentially. What happened to my awesome team? Because now I'm looking at this team and I'm like, this team's a little ass. What happened? I thought it would be a hit. It turns out it freaking sucks. Peaked early? It should be peaking right now, though. It should be peaking right now. You're not scaling well enough for me. That's potentially like the only thing that could have shown up in a shop that would have given us a chance to be saved. So thank you for that. Now the cockroach has to go next. Turn 10 cockroach. Okay, maybe not the most inspiring unit to have at this stage of the game. Can't believe 6 doubt will pay off. Well, guess what? JP22K. It didn't. Thanks for the points. Okay, you gotta go. We got better foods than salads. But the salads are here right now. This might sound a little crazy. I'm buying one of you. I'm buying this. Let me supercharge that ladybug and get a little bit of ill-gotten gain stats here. I'm also looking for a pill, by the way. And the rabbit, you served your purpose, I think. Poodle me. Oh, the crocodile deactivates the lion. I was literally just about to say, too. Yeah, good idea. Let's take the poodle and ruin our lion. Alright, that one, I'll take the question marks for that one. What is that, 7? Okay, that's 7 wins playing like a complete idiot. That's bullish in my world. Start the prediction, run it back. Yes? Honestly, this squad is good enough. And then if we get a ladybug next round... Ooh! I am pogging. Let me be a gasping believer. You should ban yourself from Lion. We've been using the Lion, like, well. We just make mistakes sometimes. Again, like, people were like, you make... It's honestly, like, my elo is, like, 200 points lower when I play on Twitch. On YouTube, but when I'm only talking... Wait, no, I said the opposite earlier. Never mind, forget all that. Okay, quick little 4-6. It's a gray squad. I don't think the beetle has a... We need levels. Okay, freeze the beetle. I'll accept that. I'll accept that. I'll move you to the back here. Like, this, why I'm modestly annoyed. The forgetting to do 2 level up situation and the lion situation have actually gotten a lot better since the cyberbullying started. But then, like, now it's like 1 in 3 times I make the mistake. And then people who see things that doesn't happen every time go, every time! That's the tilting part for me, is that you're just lying. I know you don't think it's a lie because you feel like that's what happens, but the facts of, like, the world contradict what you read on Facebook, okay? You got a little recency bias. You've got a little... Is it Dunning-Kruger that's like... When you get one piece of data, you're like, I'm so smart, but actually, like, your intellect level is like here, and, like, PhD level candidates are like here. That's Dunning-Kruger. I knew that. Honestly, I knew that before I read about it on Reddit, too. Well, I don't know if we're getting a level this time. Early croissant is very helpful, though. We can do this. We can do this. We can take a croissant. We can roll. We have a level... that I would say we save for next turn. And if you're gonna level, then you're gonna level. This is not a hedgehog team, unfortunately. I wish that it were, but it's not. Did you know I saw a study today? Oh, we're fucked. Gaming Gamer Guy 4. I saw a study today, or a survey, I should say. Did you know 1 in 5 American teenagers who took this survey described themselves as being on YouTube all day? That is insanely good for business. Sorry, let's start the bit over. That is insane. Insanely good for business. Did you read more than the abstract? This was in Business Insider. They do not have an abstract. They don't write boring journals. They take the boring journals and then summarize them badly into one sentence. That is like, why don't more men believe in astrology? Okay, hit me with one of those. I think you gotta try. I think you gotta try dog shrimp. You gotta try dog shrimp here. You have to. It's just when it shows up, it's slightly late. It's slightly late, but when it shows up, you gotta do it. You gotta try the dog shrimp. Realistically, your ass is grass. So even though you don't do anything for us, thank you for being some stats. And we'll probably croissant you next turn. Very important to not lose here. These are important rounds for us as a society. My God. The perfect team doesn't exist. There it is. Now, we can actually hedgehog as well. We can sell you. We can buy you. Because we have a lot of HP. We expect to have more HP than our opponents will have. That's my rule for running a hedgehog. If we lose, we'll be happy to have that. If we lose, we'll be very happy to have both of those. I'm not rooting for a loss, but... Hold on, hold on. Self-fulfilling prophecy? Oh, crap. It did not work. We're on lethal, huh? We're on lethal with 2 wins. No, this is great. This is great. Because now we get this. I'm not worried about a level 2 snail. Is actually still good. Sell me. Freeze me. Roll me. Buy me. Combine me. Just put me at the front for now. I don't want to regret my words or my deeds. This shouldn't be lethal on turn 7, or whatever we're on, turn 6. This should be pretty functional. So, honestly, like a really strong team with a cricket. Oh my god, we're dead. I've never been screwed that harder by Matt. That was crazy. Forgot to tell you yesterday, that's 2 wins. I'm staying at the Fairmont in Vancouver, so that's where I need restaurant recommendations. Okay, I remember from yesterday. It depends on the Fairmont, okay? Are you staying at the Fairmont Pacific Rim? In which case, congratulations on your incredible job. That's right at, like, Waterfront Station. Look, if you're at the Pacific Rim, okay? First off, watch out for Category 5 Kaiju. Secondly, if you're on the company dime, go to Botanist, the restaurant inside of the hotel. It is... I can try this. It is the Pacific Rim. Holy cow. You are a software developer. I'm just guessing. Software developer. High-ranking senior engineer. Quantitative analyst at a Big 5 Canadian bank or American bank. You don't answer that question, by the way. Let me be a legendary swimmer. Thank you, good sir. Anyway, sorry. You should, if you're, now that I know you're on the company dime, Botanist in that hotel is incredible. It's very much haute cuisine, small portions, interesting food. But I would definitely recommend it for a dining experience. I don't think this is necessarily a food situation. I wish that it was. I don't know. I'm kind of... Maybe it is. Maybe it is a food situation. And we say no to 2 green beetles right now. I'm not thrilled with our stats, honestly, but it is what it is. Certainly seems like a loss. Certainly is a loss. But I think we lost that one with a beetle as well. I'm not thrilled with the jellyfish right here, honestly. I think I'm semi-thrilled with this. You know what? I've decided we actually are going to buy a jellyfish just because that's how the numbers worked out. It's a strong team statistically, but the stats are like semi-temporary. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, Miku showed up in Vancouver's, like, the r/Vancouver most overrated restaurants thread, but I think both Miku and Minami are really good. Miku is closer to you. I think it's very good. And I think the people that said that it's bad are mostly just haters. They're mostly just jealous. Green is not their color. Overrated, but still good. I would accept that. I mean, that's how it always goes, right? Like a restaurant 10 years ago gets popular, and then like people that are in the know popularize the restaurant, and then it gets out to the normies like me. And then I'm eating it. I'm telling people that it's amazing. And then the other people have already moved on to Published on Main. They're like, oh, imagine going to Miku in 2022. You've got to go to Published on Main. You've got to go to St. Laurent's. You've got to go to, you know, the bodega and all that. So like I'm always like 4 years behind the food trend, I'll admit. But still. You got to go to the Subway Cafe in Yaletown. Can I get a level? I'm scaling you. I'm trying to... This is all about survival. I'm buying... Everything is just temporary foods. I'm like Jason Statham electrocuting himself to keep his heart moving instead of trying to remove the module from his heart that would keep it from exploding if he doesn't get electrocuted. Like, we're not dealing with future problems. Or we're just kicking the can down the road. And we won this round? Holy cow. Pog movie. So true, so true. Definitely better than The Finest Hour. Bro, I need levels? I'm not buying a pineapple for the mosquito. If the mosquito lives much longer, then we've made a horrible mistake. Okay, you're frozen. You're frozen. I'm buying some permanent stat foods to get some increases. And then this should be the last round that we will be fucking sucked this year, okay? I fully expect and am going to lose this one, and that's okay. This is where we're supposed to go. You get sold? Take your level first. See what you get. Fuck you. Buy you. Buy you. Sell you anyway. Buff the jellyfish and pray. I want you to know I'm only rolling the lobster because it was best unit available, okay? When I was in Vancouver, I liked Yaletown. We stayed at the Rosedale on Robson, so we had good access to all that stuff. Dude, honestly, I like Yaletown a lot. Robson, though, I don't know where the Rosedale is. Robson is a great food street as well, especially the further north you get, the closer you get to, like, Stanley Park. Great Korean food. Like, actually the best Korean food in the city proper, for sure. Round 7. You could probably hippo. You could probably do lobster in the hippo, buff it. Yeah, this is a hippo chance. Why does Robson Street always smell like piss? I don't know if you want the answer. The answer is that people be pissing. It's the same thing like you know, if you're on Granville Street, why does Granville Street smell like piss? I'm not sure if you want to know. I'm not sure if you're in a good enough emotional state to receive that information. Okay. Okay. What do you think? 2 lobsters? I'm selling it's crazy. I'm selling a giraffe to run 2 lobsters just because I actually think this is going to scale the next unit we buy faster than a giraffe will scale our hippo. I recognize we probably lose this round, but if I'm being 100% honest with you, I think we were losing this round regardless, so we might as well try something crazy. Then your ass has to go, which is like the scariest part of all. But then anything we buy will come out +4, +6. That's pretty good. None of that is any good. All of this is horrendous. Maybe a bat gives us a chance, but I don't like it. Okay, a dragonfly that buffs 1/1. I mean, here's the thing, and you just have to trust me or not trust me. The porcupine can do something, but I had a run on YouTube where I got it to like 50-50, and it never once did its trigger work. Ever. And it didn't just spawn in as a 50-50. It started as a 3-6, and then it became a 4-12, and then it became a 10-17 or whatever, right? And it just, the effect never works unless it gets sniped. Whenever you see it work, you're like, oh my God, that's genius. It's not genius. It's actually just variance. Okay, fine. I'm going to try it, okay? I think we probably lose on 3 here, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know what else was really available there, to be honest with you. D Shim on mobile called out my exact turn before I took it. That makes me feel good. Okay, we basically just fought a horrible team. I'm thrilled that we needed that. I need you to get to 10. It's a long road. Level 2 hippos, very nice. Thank you so much. It's hard to sell a lobster and then take a worse unit. Why didn't you place it down there instead? Why didn't you go level 2 lobster? Have you lost your mind? Level 2 lobster over level 2 hippo? You've officially lost your mind. Then I have to sell a unit as well when I get the level 2 lobster to put something in because it was for the llama to kill. Or I guess I can sell the llama, but then I gotta buy 2 units. What the hell's going on? Okay, you know what? You get your damn wish. You know, okay, if we live here, which is very not likely, I think we could spit out a big saber tooth. I was feeling so good until the weakness came in. We still draw. So I think but we got a level for you. But we got a level for him. Lobster City in here. This is a really tough game here, man. This is not a normal round 10. I think you sell a jellyfish. Like, okay, let's just go stupid mode, okay? Buy a lobster. Buy a saber tooth so it gets the double lobster buff. Now we got a 14-15 saber tooth. I don't know. Let's put that guy at the back. Maybe he can ruin some days. Probably combine your lobsters. This is kind of sick too. Okay, combine your lobsters. You know what goes hard, by the way? Elephant saber-tooth at the back. It would require us to get rid of our llama. But if you can get like a level 2 elephant and a saber-tooth, position 4, position 5, then the elephant shoots the saber-tooth and he spits out 2 units. Forget the llama buff. We're probably selling your ass next turn anyway. 12-17. I heavily sleep. Level 3 lobster makes up for that in no time. I told you we're going insano mode. We're going insano mode. I don't think we can win. No, my saber-tooth! You don't... Oh, thank God. Thank God my cool and creative build got killed by a freaking buffalo giraffe wide scaling team. Incredible. Pivoted and destroyed. You got to look at your counterfactuals, my dude. We would have lost that one with a 2-2 buff from our llama, too. The lobster was not doing work. The lobster was making the best of a bad situation. Hold on. Take me back here. It's loading up my stats. I have to go to my replays. That was 4 wins. Okay. Lobster was our best unit. Yeah, and Jordan Eberle was the best player on the Seattle Kraken. How did that work out for them? Okay, run it back. How many wins are we going to get this turn? We're not going to play Rumbleverse today. In fact, if I had to bet, we'll probably never play Rumbleverse again. But I will say I did play some last night. I had like half an hour after the baby went to sleep. It'd be a gnarly joker. And I played 2 games, and I actually did so much better. Now that I was not just, distracted by bantering, basically, but also just, like, standing over top of an enemy after I knocked them down, getting hit by them, and then full comboed to death. It turns out the secret is you knock them down, then you get slightly further away from them so they can't hit you with their wake-up. Then if they wake up and attack, you hit them with a running attack and knock them down again, and you just repeat that until they're dead. Or if they get up and they don't attack, you do a snap unblockable, which knocks them to the ground, and then they wake up, and then you always make the first move. You don't stand on top of them and let yourself get hit. Anyway, I came fourth in a round and got 6 KOs, and I was feeling a little bit better. And I did also learn, we're just going double level next round, whatever. I did also learn what some of the perks do. Like when I had a moment, I looked at the perks, and I was like, oh, I have meditative. I don't need to run around for 10 hours looking for chickens. I can just stand still for 15 seconds and go back to full HP. Little slash moment for you. So true. So true. Okay, level me. Giraffe is an auto take, but we need a unit worth scaling. I would say you yak and you hope a koala shows up. It's not going to show up here, but... Well, I'm not that interested in a snail, thankfully, or unfortunately. Hey, a koala. OMG, a hit koala. And probably, like, you know, honestly, a croissant goes hard on a unit you're going to keep. We're very likely to keep our giraffe for a long time. This is we have a great outlook right now. This guy's team is also very good. No doubt about that. Hold on, though. Hold on, though. We win these. Koala's just the worst giraffe? Well, I mean, I think that's short-sighted. I think that's a little small-brained. Because the thing about the koala is that it can hit units that are not adjacent to it. So obviously, it's like a different giraffe. Because if you get 2 koalas, you can apply both of those buffs to the same unit. If you get 2 giraffes, and you can't combine, you can't get 2/2 out of it unless you have the giraffe buff itself, and then it's taking up a lot of space that could go to better units. So I think if you gave me the choice between a koala or a giraffe, I mean, like, I'm snap taking giraffe. But I think they both have a place, and, you know, especially I would say scaling is king in this weekly. We're just happy to have... I think I just add you on top, probably. We're just happy to have as much scaling as possible, rather than be like, oh, you know, it's just... zucchini is just a slightly worse cucumber, you know? You know, I'm not going to get mired in the minutiae like that. I'm going to try not to get rattled by the rush, so to speak. That's true, though. I mean, I definitely prefer cucumber to zucchini, but I think that's not the majority take. You need garlic, much more than you need a croissant, in my personal opinion. Bat would be nice. I think, honestly, you're not long for this world. Let's bat me. Another koala is the exact situation we touched upon earlier. It's really hard to argue with the fact that you give everyone a 1/1 buff. You give one person a 1/1 buff. So let's get that started, and then we'll get a giraffe next turn for sure. I don't know. I think it's just because I ate so many cucumbers as a kid before I ate that many zucchinis, that my brain anchored on the taste of cucumber as being like the default taste. And then when I eat a zucchini, I'm like, what the heck? This isn't as crispy. What the heck? This isn't as watery. What the heck? It's got a little bit more texture inside of it. So now I'm like, for dinner last night, we just ate a bunch of like Korean jeon, which is like fried meats and vegetables, like in a kind of like a pancake style. One of the jeons was literally just sliced zucchini, like circular pieces, little flour, egg wash, cook it in a pan. It's basically just like a fried piece of zucchini. Delicious. I would even go so far as to say, I do need to get rid of you. I probably should have gotten rid of you, but whatever. This is still really good, and so is this probably. We just need to make it work next turn. It was better than the fish jeon, in my opinion. I would say I prefer fish to zucchini, but in this unique case, the zucchini went harder than the fish IMO. Just would love your thoughts on this. Have you ever had naengmyeon? I don't want to give you my opinion on naengmyeon because you're going to be mad. I do not like naengmyeon. And I don't really... it's mostly just because I don't like noodles. Naengmyeon is Korean cold noodles. Especially in the summer, it's commonly served. They're like rice noodles and usually vegetables in a vinegar type broth, and then you add like some mustard in to give it a little extra kick. It's buckwheat, sorry, not rice noodles. It's very, very well liked. It's very popular. I just don't like it. And that's my own cross to bear that you give to me. You ought to know. I'm rolling. I don't like any of these units enough. But I don't want to sell anything. Like, I'm too attached to everything we got here. It's pretty good for turn 7, but... not good enough to beat this team. No, not quite. I'm upset about noodles. You can be upset about noodles if you choose. You had your chance, okay? You had a long time to get where you needed to go. Mantis goes insane. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. It goes so hard. I've at least got to think about it. I've at least got to entertain the thought. It's overrated. The Mantis scales itself at 2-2 without requiring a level 3. It shows up at the same tier as the Bison. It's got one more stat point. People are like, oh, the Bison's so good. The Mantis is like, I mean, okay, I'm doing the thing that I was making fun of other people for doing. I guess it's technically not a strictly better Bison. You do spend 3 gold to get the sack, but usually you get something out of the sack as well. Surprisingly effective weakness here. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, this was a mercy. Now we can... I should have frozen a turtle. Should have shat on a turtle. This is nice. Someone said, have you seen the way a mantis slurps the soup, though? I don't know what that means, but check this out. They do be slurping the soup. I'm sure there's probably like a National Geographic video I've never seen or something. I'm okay with this. I know the buffs look a little scuffed, some might say. I'm okay with it, though. No mammoth blind. What can I say? Nothing. That's what I can say. Holy cow, the Mantis 1 for 1? I didn't know such a thing was possible. I mean, level 3 bat goes insane. Let's not run a shark this time, okay? Let's do a little turtle action, and we'll prepare for level 3 bat next time. That overwriting a bunch of equipment will be very helpful. Overwrite me, overwrite me, overwrite me, overwrite them. Hold on, this team's going off. Mantis Shark. We ran it, I think it's good. I run it a lot. I ran it a few times today, and it didn't get me to 10 wins, and people made fun of me. So I have to not run it now. I have to do something else. Otherwise, you run the risk of, hold on, this is 3-3 in buff. This is 1-1. I'm a simple man. And then I do think I still prefer the melon up at the front, though. Yeah, this is fine. Otherwise, you run the risk of, like, people who don't understand variance being like, but you ran this last time and it didn't work. Why would you run it again? Huge. Surprisingly not that huge. This is a very good team. It's a very strong team you got there. We are on lethal. What are we on, 7? Come on. Come on. You can give me one more than that. You can give me one more than 7. Honestly, we gotta kill something. Let's kill best unit available, and let's add a lemon to this bat. Seems doable. Seems, I don't know, it's a strong lion. My lemon? My lemon? Your lemon? You're too good! I got beaten by a lobster. How dare you? Okay, that's 7. That hurts. I'm cruising Steam and I saw Curse to Golf. An interesting roguelike golf game. So here's the thing. I keep meaning to play that. And a lot of people are telling me about it. Maybe I'll just buy it and play it today. And we'll throw a little stay on Cult of the Lamb. I kind of hate this team, but I respect it, that's for sure. Yes, yes, yes. Many people are saying it. New game Friday. Green aliens? Holy cow, it's perfect. No cult pog. Oh no, have we entered that era? The Cult of the Lamb. It got too much hype, so now reflexively we're gonna give it way too much criticism. We're in that era. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's a great game. No, I still love it. It's kind of sleeper. I will say, I don't really watch other people play Cult of the Lamb. When I play it, I'm like, it scratches my brain. I'm like, oh, I'm cleaning poop. I'm cleaning poop. I'm harvesting. I'm feeding my followers. They love me. Look at this. Look at the meters go up. Look at the dopamine. Look at the dopamine. When I watch other people play it, I'm seeing their brain be scratched. And I'm like, I'm not here to watch your brain get scratched. I'm here to have my brain be scratched. You don't watch anyone play anything? You go into their chat, ask them to play something else, and then leave? That's not true. I watched Shibli play One Egg for a little while last night. One egg, handful of peas. Handful of peas. Do you see the spam coming in here? They love it. What are we doing? What's this squad doing? What's scaling? Nothing. None of these units are scaling right now. Roll me. You're all ass. You're at least a level. Okay, now you're scaling. Even though I don't know if we're ever going to get other feint triggers. You know what? We can get a feint trigger. We can add a hedgehog to the team next turn, even if it kills our cricket in the process. Nah. I'm like, nah. You were so confused about what bald energy was? Yes, correct. Because Chip said, in my head, NL isn't bald. I don't know. He just doesn't have bald energy. I didn't take offense to it at all. I just wish that he'd taken more time to talk about it because I think it's an interesting topic to dissect. Like, what is bald energy? I think there's a few kinds of bald energy. There's, you know, Jared from Storage Wars energy. That's bald. There's Lex Luthor. There's Steve Austin. There's Wojak. Like, there's a lot of bald energy out there. Hank Schrader. Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Those are all different kinds of energy. They're not all the same energy. Bruce Willis in Die Hard does not have the same energy as Jared from Storage Wars. Come on. What is that? It's a sentence that doesn't even make sense. I know you're going to say, to be fair, I don't even know who Jared from Storage Wars is. That's very fair. I'll give you that one. Okay, want to see something? No, just do that. That's way smarter. That was almost very dumb. Mike Ehrmantraut. Nobody knows Storage Wars. You guys remember when I made fun of Storage Wars Canada? This was a very small arc. I made fun of Storage Wars Canada, and then someone tweeted me and was like, hey, I like that bit where you made fun of Storage Wars Canada. And then one of the stars of Storage Wars Canada, I guess, just name searches Storage Wars Canada on Twitter, and then replies to all of her haters every day. I don't even remember what she said, but it was something like, "Hey, just so you know, everybody involved in the show like worked really hard on it. It sucks to be criticized for that." I was like, "Oh no." Like I agree, but oh no. Okay, check this out. This is a bit of a rarity in my world. We're going win now, rabbit, hedgehog scaling. We're going win now, double rabbit, hedgehog, triple hedgehog, garlic, rabbit, double salad scaling. Don't see too many rabbit builds in the world anymore. I wish I bought the garlic earlier. Oops, I've got a cricket. Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a cricket. That being said, we're going to sell the cricket. We're going to run 2 rabbits. We're going to salad. We're going to garlic. We're going to get that second hedgehog going next turn. We're probably not going to level it up. Maybe we'll just run 3 hedgehogs instead. That's unfortunate weakness. We draw. Your bat saved you. I don't think Blowfish is very good in a hedgehog team. In fact, I'll go a step further. Depending on the weekly, I don't think Blowfish is very good at all. I think it can be fun. It's a little bit played out now. I don't want to make you feel bad if it's like your go-to. But for me, I find it a little... I think it's not that effective most of the time and also a little played out. And as you know, I only like to run the hottest builds. The hottest eats and the coolest treats. This team is very good. It's a very strong team. It's better than me. I'll give you that. Turtle's hard to... It's hard to get over. But you know what? A second meat bone goes a long way. Why would I ever take this? I can't see myself being that interested in that. Well, I guess it's like 4 rounds of a giraffe. When you put it that way, it's got a certain amount of merit. Very interesting. Very interesting squad we got here. Just 5 more wins, Copium. You don't even know, okay? You don't even know what we're about to accomplish. How do you get so freaking strong? None of your units died to 2 hedge. All of your units have more than 4 HP. Is this even possible? Might as well. Well, no, we have to make space first. So let's start like this. And then like this. And then combine you. Alright, this seems not very good, but let's give it a try. Hey, I should get some applause, by the way, for not snap leveling the rabbit. If you're gonna give me question marks for, like, you know, mistakes I made, for not snap leveling the rabbit and accidentally creating a situation where I don't get the level up, I deserve some credit for that. Thank you, thank you. Even if we only get 6 here, okay? Which is honestly, like, I can't believe we're even at that level. Your ass is grass. That seems potentially pretty good, honestly, as long as we never run into a team with a dolphin. Okay. I know that rabbit is not long for this world, but that's okay. Please, one more. Just one more win. Just one more win, bro. No dolphins? No dolphins? That's a strong armadillo. That's pretty unfortunate. Yep, that's pretty unfortunate. Hello. Hello. Oh my god. It's me.
Look at me.
You're flying. Hello. Look at me, I'm on mommy. Hi. Look at me.
Look me, I'm right.
You don't lean back, honey.
I'm silly.
You're silly.
Oh my goodness.
No joke, I've been trying to give her piggyback rides because sometimes your arms get really sore after carrying a baby for a long time. But every time I pick her up and put her on my shoulders, she just starts slapping the crap out of my head.
That's true.
It's not, I swear it's not a joke, but when I put her on my shoulders, she just starts to laugh and then
It's
slapping
true.
the top of my head.
It's
Oh,
true.
my knee hurts.
Your knee hurts?
Yeah. That's boo-boo.
Oh, careful, honey.
I boo right there.
You got a boo-boo right there?
What you doing? What you doing?
Take off me.
Get picked up?
No, mine.
Can
She
you
said-
wave? Can you wave to the camera?
Hi.
Oh,
Hi. Hi.
Can you say
What's
annyeong?
hi? What's hi?
Onion.
Oh!
What's hi? Hi means. Hi means hello.
Honey, you can't lean back like this on mommy's back, okay?
No, my big up.
You're gonna fall backwards.
Mommy.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mommy.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, take off. One more time. Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay,
Yay,
yay.
yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Yay,
Yay, yay,
yay.
yay, yay, yay.
Tomo.
Yay, yay.
Tomo, don't even think about it, buddy.
Yay, yay.
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 Numbers.
Pineapples?
No. Melon.
Melon.
Melon. Tomo.
Okay, Tomo out, please.
Tomo out, please.
Out.
Okay, bye-bye.
What that one?
That's the Isaac.
What I
You know Isaac. Okay, let's go.
You gotta let go of the door, honey. Here you go. Have fun with mommy, okay? Very cute. Very cute. Suppose Melon's not that good here. Now that I think about it. The baby has a better life than I do. Dude, most babies have a better life than most adults. I wouldn't get too hung up on it. They don't work. Yes, they go to like daycare or school, but like all of daycare and school is essentially just activities. Like it's disguised learning, but mostly you're just hanging out with your friends and like singing songs. All of your responsibilities are provided for you. I'll take a pear. I'll take a pear. They're just hanging out. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, there's a part of me that thinks, you know what? Why wouldn't we buy a melon in this situation? Sure, we lose the melon, but you get 3 defense. It's not 3 health. It's not great, but it's better than rolling, I think, on lethal. I mean, at least we're getting something out of it. Yo, Aaron, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Oh, if only this hedgehog was insane. It could do so much more damage. Don't. We can't beat this squad. We're going to beat this. We're going to tie this squad. We can beat this squad. Okay, that's 7. I almost took great personal offense to this statement until I realized it was in response to the baby comments. But this is editor's note. As a baby, you don't know anything and are completely helpless / worthless. But without the editor's note in there, it just says you don't know anything and are completely helpless / worthless. I was like, that's like an insane personal attack. What did I do to deserve that? Then I thought about it for a second, and I was like, oh, I remember. I rolled it back on the mental blockchain and was like, I remember what we were talking about a second ago. I mean, I guess I'd like you to do some more damage. I don't know. I'm not that snake-pilled right now. You know, especially because you'll just die as soon as I put you out there. But I mean, this run's got some problems, if we're being honest with one another, I think. I do think describing a child as worthless is maybe a little too far. Simply because they offer no economic value to society. I mean, they actually... A child is worth more than you, to be honest, because even though they're not accomplishing anything now, they have so much human capital. All of their future value to society is still yet to be realized. Some of yours has already been realized and consumed. As a result, I mean, if we were choosing somebody to go to the grist mill, who says no? Shut up, but it's true. This must be a Daniel raid. This is a Discord message I sent to Daniel that says... It wasn't 12:24 a.m. my time, by the way. It was 9:24 p.m. my time. But I said, hope your internet issues get fixed soon, brother. Pray emoji. Sing the raid song. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da. What's it called again? Hey there, Delilah. I can't remember. Someone's gonna... Pollyanna! Okay, guess what? I'm so cat-pilled right now. I said that instead of feline-celled. I just wanted you to know that, okay? Roll me one time. I'm gonna give you this. And honestly, I don't know if you... Maybe you should be at the front now. Maybe you should have been at the front for a while. I'm going to overwrite the meat bone and give you a little bit of HP and a little bit of extra attack. Death touch? I love my death touch. My death touch saved me. No, I'm probably still in a pretty nasty spot here. You see that frickin'... No, you needed lemon. If you had lemon, you would have made it. That team getting to 8 wins is kind of crazy, though. Holy cow. Has he covered the T-Pain Peloton ride? Imagine my surprise when I picked Camilla Ramon's T-Pain All for One ride with T-Pain in the thumbnail. And would you believe it? T-Pain showed up in the ride. And looked like, with no disrespect to T-Pain, looked like he had no idea what was going on, which is fair, because everybody in the studio is on stationary bicycles, and T-Pain's just there going like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. I don't really know what's going on here. It's just like, just being like a normal guy on the stage for quite some time. It was a little weird, but I mean, I had a pretty good run. I think I ended up at a 357 or something like that. 2 out of 10 impression? He kind of sounds like that. It's not a perfect impression, but I thought it was pretty good. He's slightly more nasally than me, and he talks with like sometimes he talks really... It's not a consistent cadence. He's not like a he's more like, sometimes he talks really fast and then he slows it down. Something like that. I hate this team. I hate this team. I'm rolling. It's the same team but slightly better. I'll take that. This is an abandon. It's not that bad. But the wizard is my homie, though. So true. Now, you know what? You've ruined my weekend. I'll be a circular pet, like a blowfish, for example. You've ruined my weekend, because I hadn't thought about that in a few days at a minimum. And now you got me thinking about 10,000 years I've roamed these halls, looking for the wizard to unslap my balls. By the way, Geddy Lee gets a lot of credit, and deservedly so. Don't get me wrong. I'm going weirdo chinchilla build here. You know what's an underrated song from a bass perspective? Everyone talks about Rush. Nobody talks about the bass line from "Hungry Like the Wolf" by Duran Duran. He be walking that thing. He'd be going like because Rush is better. True, but Duran Duran deserves some credit for the instrumentation on Rio. I talk about it constantly. All right, never mind. Same with Girls on Film. All right, apparently people talk about this. I didn't realize that there was a... You know what? It's round 3 dog, bitch. it's Brittany, bitch. Sorry, I didn't mean that, or whatever. Some people are saying this, though. Some people are putting some respect on the Duran Duran catalog that deserves the respect. I respect and appreciate you for respecting and appreciating them. Check this out. 4-4. Guess what? Now we got 2 2-2s. Guess what? Now we got 2 3-2s. Why are you frozen? You don't need to be frozen. We're looking for a croissant. No croissant. I sleep a little. I mean, we got to get some shit on the go here. Roll me. Not sold. I mean, you're sold, but like I'm not sold. You know what? I'm buying you. You're basically just going to be a 4-4 for a minute. I'm putting you back out on the squad. I'm selling you. I'm buying you. Now we got another 3-2. We sell it. It becomes a 3-2. You're at 8-4, huh? And then a croissant for the future. I don't really want you, honestly. I don't know how this went. I don't know if that was good or bad. I'm going to stop you right there. Bad. This is not a good setup for us. 1 unit must die. Okay. Yep, that's bad. Need some garlic. You know what? We don't need a croissant. We need garlic on our dog. Don't even waste your time with a croissant. Just get in a quick sell. A quick buy. HP. Thank you. Enormously important. Thank you so much. HP. Really appreciate that. Sell me. We got enough HP that in my head, I feel completely okay about running this squad right here. We're gonna make life harder on the yak here. No croissant, because we're getting garlic next. I'm not sold on any of these. Hey, NL. Have you ever seen Baki? Your food poisoning arc was just like when Baki fights Ryuko Yanagi, who uses the poison hand technique to bring Baki to a near-death state from which he only recovers when he feels the euphoria of true love. I personally thought, I recognize what you're saying, and I'm vibing with it, okay? But I thought that for me, it was more like in Berserk, when my, and I'm guts, okay, in this, because of course you're gonna say that your life is like Berserk, and you're not gonna say that you're guts. And my mentor was food, because I loved food so much, and then me and food vibed for like 20 years, and then all of a sudden, food was like, I'm gonna betray you, and like, I'm gonna take over like this kingdom. And I was like, what the hell? The kingdom's my stomach, though. And then it's like I had to fight with food, even though there were tears in my eyes, because it was like, honestly, I love food in a non-romantic way. So as a result, I would say that if we're talking about, you know, classic mangas, mine is definitely more like that arc of Berserk than Baki. But I respect the take regardless. Thank you. Plus 2-bit. Thank you. No, I've never read Berserk. But I have read the Wikipedia article, like the synopsis of its plot. I should read it. Yeah, I don't know. I should do a lot of things probably. What are we doing here? What does Q-tip mean in Check the Rhyme? When he says the rhyme was so bumpin' that the brothers, I don't even know. Maybe I should look it up. The brothers rode the. Okay, just give me a second. Rap Genius, check the rhyme. Okay. It's not going to play automatically, right? So that the rhymes were so rumpin' that this annotation is unreviewed. Genius annotation. What does this mean? Even Rap Genius doesn't know what Q-tip was talking about. One contributor, negative 19 upvotes. Rap Genius, you let me down. All right, whatever. The rhyme was so rumpin' that the brothers read Berserk. That's what I was trying to do a little play on words there. Any Tribe Called Quest and Berserk fans here? Anybody here really into both Berserk and A Tribe Called Quest? That joke was made for you. Congratulations. Okay, we have 0 wins. Let's knock that shit off. Horrendous. Just not a good-looking team. I don't want a croissant. I want garlic. I'm willing to roll for it. I can't figure this out. I can't figure out where to put this shit.
Giraffe.
I can't figure out where to put the shit. I can't figure it out. I'm trying to do the, because, okay, I'm like, I want the dog to get 2 buffs, confirmed. But now the giraffe is buffing itself. I'd rather have a giraffe buff a yak. Okay, now I have a giraffe buffing a yak. But now where the tropical fish is buffing a giraffe, but it's buffing only 1 HP. But then I'm like, but are you more likely to stick around? Are you more likely to, maybe 1 HP is good because it's on the yak, because the yak is buffing himself as well. Maybe we want to buff a giraffe so that a giraffe's a little bit more useful in the late game. This is probably going to stick around longer than a tropical fish, but I can't move it. I can't, this is okay. The level 3 yak. Okay, now I got the level 2 yak coming here. Now I got to think about it even more, because maybe this yak now represents a genuine path for us to get out of the mediocrity that we're in right now. So maybe it's important that you get scaled a little bit faster, even though it's scales our giraffe for no freaking reason. And now, you know what? Maybe we'll scale this giraffe instead, because that allows us to move the dog further up in the rotation, which means that it has more of a chance to do damage to our opponent's frontliners. I don't know, okay? Just play, my guy. You're a disaster, my guy. That's a quote from the rehearsal. I'm not simply cyberbullying. Oh, we win these. +2, +2. You got to sell the tropical fish, because you're just, well, no, because you give 2 stats as well. But one of the stats is going to a giraffe. Who gives a crap? But no matter what, one of the stats is probably going to a giraffe regardless. No, because then you do this, and you do this. And now we got, okay, now it makes sense. Buy me. Place me. Buy me. Sell me. Sell me. Buy me. Probably could have fit a clownfish into the squad, huh? Look at his posture. Don't look at my posture. This is how much I disrespect a porcupine. Can we get some damn garlic? Somebody get this man some garlic. Why was your back so hunched? Because I'm a big fan of Michael Cera. Okay, you got a problem? Alpha males sitting in their computer chair. Alpha males when they drive. So you got to add a so-called. So-called alpha males when they drive. Porky? I would say for now, I would say I'm uninterested. Here's what I would say, though. I'm very interested in that shit right there. I'm very interested in freezing you. I'm very interested in you getting some garlic, but honestly, you're kind of, if I'm being real with you, you're kind of on tryouts right now. You're very lucky we have worse units in the hopper because you're not necessarily guaranteed to be a part of Sparkle Motion long term. Real alpha males drive Mini Coopers. Honestly, and I thought about making this tweet, but people are very sensitive about car stuff. Whenever I see someone driving badly in a Mini Cooper, I don't get mad. Because I know they're just having like a little... They're on an Italian job arc in their life right now. Like, I'm sure in their head, every time they take a turn, they're going, skirt, skirt, skirt. They're like, look at this thing. It can zip in and out. The only time I get annoyed by a Mini Cooper is when they're driven like... as if they're wider than a GMC Suburban. So someone tries to make a turn onto a really wide road, but they're like, eek, I'm not sure if my Mini Cooper can fit on this road. And I'm like, if your Mini Cooper can't fit on the road, that ain't a road, that's a sidewalk. It's like the second smallest car that they sell. It would be the worst road in existence if a car called the Mini couldn't fit on it. What's the first one? Definitely the Fiat 500. Well, I guess a smart car too, but they don't sell those anymore, right? They went out of business, something like that. I would like to drive a Mega Cooper one day. Okay, I don't know. 6 HP garlic. I'm not thrilled. Okay, so I think first we prioritize something like this. I think the number one thing we prioritize is just making sure we got the damn dog in us. And you know what? If we're buying shit all the time, guess what? You're fond of the lobster, ain't you? Keep me frozen. Roll me. I'm not necessarily sold on the dub lobster here. I mostly just took it as a meme, and now it's becoming too real. But this yak is fucked, man. Did you see the guy who tried to run over a kid in his Tesla to prove that the Tesla wouldn't hit the kid? I did not see that. I wouldn't have uploaded that video. I mean, I wouldn't have taken that video in the first place. But I definitely would not have uploaded it to the internet. That seems unbelievably stupid. Both the yak and the giraffe have to go. That's the scariest thing of all. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get into here. Guess what? Get snailed. I can't believe I'm doing a lobster. I'm doing the lobster thing. I'm a little flabbergasted, and yet here we are doing the lobster thing, and honestly sending out like a very strong crocodile. A 12-10 base level crocodile. What the hell's going on? Every day they're shuffling. Oh, it was a fake child. Wait, was it Nathan Fielder? Is that what was happening? This sounds like a Nathan For You bit, as someone who's really only watched the rehearsal and little clips of Nathan For You would say. So I don't really know what we're doing here. I guess we're doing level 2 croc. It's a bit strange. But you know what? People are very strange these days. It's not that bad. It's definitely not that bad. This squad's... Oh, we're on lethal? Okay, well, it's scary. Never mind, we're fine. Whew. I don't want to level the lobster. I wish for you to have a lemon. You can probably leave now. You need to take this. The dog still needs to scale. All right, well, enjoy scaling with a salad. It's the same team. Have they learned from their mistakes? Confirm no. Is Nathan Fielder the dude who has a bit where he's a magician and he steals someone's cum? No, he steals someone's urine to run an analysis on it to see if they had extra dopamine in their urine, which would indicate that they had fun hanging out with him that day. It was the only scientific quantitative way to determine if he had made himself into an entertaining friend for the other person. I'm rolling. I'm freezing. I'm purchasing. This can't go much further. Look at this team. Unless... Oh, that... What? I screwed myself! Never mind, we're fine. That's 7. Can I get some chocolate? Can a lad get some... Like, I want pizza, but chocolate is like... It would save us. I gotta hedge bets. We're hedging. We're hedging. Okay, guess what? You got a little melon on you now. You've got red on you. At some point, like, this shit's like Diane Keaton in the 2000s, man. Something's gotta give. Never mind. Pineapple on croc is better. Yeah, I agree. Why would you rather do 16 damage twice when instead you could do 3 extra damage once? Nabezilla, thanks for the gifted subscription. Thank you. 44653. I think you're right. It pains me, but I think you're right. I think that's the way. That's not the way. Don't lie to me, Walt. Roll me again. Okay. What's coming out next? Probably level 2 poodle, honestly. He values the lobster now? Not really. I don't know what I'm doing, is the simple answer. I'm just kind of vibing. But I guess, like, for a lot of people, that's illegal. So I have to come up with, like, a reason to vibe or something like that. But instead, I'm just getting the 9 wins with the vibe. I'm just vibing. Like, if I did this, you would scale 1/1 faster for every tier 5 pet. I mean, that's valuable, but you're also scaling every pet another 1/1. Maybe we'll just get an ostrich. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I'm not buying what you're selling. I'm buying a chocolate for our ostrich instead. I'm freezing you for 1 round. There's a chance. There, double dog team? A little disrespectful or whatever. I lived. I did not live. I lived. You piece of crap. Any good food. Any good food would hit the spot. You know what? We can even unfreeze some of these because you're getting freaking maxed here. Here's the thing. Selling lobster, buying snake makes sense, but it would also make me a puss. So I'm not going to do that. +2? That would make me a coward, so I refuse. So what am I actually looking for? That's a great question. First off, let's remove the temptation. It's a little lesson from Joseph Smith for you. Now, I mean, you're also ass. Let's just throw in 1 quick roll. A 1-up does very little for me, okay? I shouldn't have scoffed at all those melons. You know what? Just this one's for you. This one's for you. plain ass. One plain ass lobster. One lame langoustine. Langoustine. Should have one-upped it. Dude, I didn't even think about the possibility of one-upping it. Okay, it's a strong team. Oh, but it's not that strong. It's not that strong. Thumbnail, is lobster the best unit of the game? You gotta admit, this is a rare squad. Sure, dog is common. Poodle's pretty common. But then an ostrich is pretty common. But hey, you don't see too many 10-piece crocodiles with a side of lobster, okay? Sure, 60% of the squad is very common. But you know, when you lose to a team, usually like 100% of that team, you're like, I've seen that shit before. Because this weekly is a lot of like turtle, dog, scalar, scalar, and an awful lot of like huge hippo, huge bison, two things that do literally anything, and then a shark at the back.